Howdy, folks. Diamond here, and today we got a release just here before Gen Con, and I don't know, I've got some mixed feelings on this DLC release for the month of July. Now, I want to clarify this is only my opinion. Please do not take it and run with it as if I'm telling the gospel truth or however you want to call it. I am simply stating my feelings on this as someone who has been a professional GM for a year now, and also have been GMing Cyberpunk Red since it had first come out back in 2020. With that out of the way, I want to clarify that while I do have some concerns about this DLC, that these concerns are nothing more than just looking at this from the perspective that I have as a GM. Outside that, I do like what's come out for the month of July. In fact, I really hope that it does well. I just wonder if there might be some new input that might happen. With that out of the way, I'd like to clarify and show you guys this month's DLC, the Edgerunners Folio, a space for all your characters' details for Cyberpunk Red. This is a new sheet that has been produced by our Talsorian Games for the Cyberpunk Red system, inspired off the sheets that are used in the Cyberpunk Edgerunners Mission Kit. So for those of you guys who may have seen the Mission Kit, you do understand that the sheet takes a very, very different approach when it comes to its layout compared to the 2020 sheets. And when I say the 2020 sheets, I'll refer to them as the core sheets. Okay, the sheets that came out in 2020 are the core sheets. The folio sheets are the Edgerunner Folios. I will be mainly referring to them as 2024 sheets. So, with that, the folio / 2024 sheets is a much bigger and somewhat more comprehensive sheet when it comes to new aspects, including the Nomad and Cyberdeck, or like the Nomad vehicle and Cyberdeck sheets as well, which is a very nice addition. But something else that I will give it right out the gate is that it is a full-sized character sheet compared to the character sheets that go across across a wide paper. These go down a vertical paper. And I suppose as a refresher for those of you guys who may not remember the original character sheets, we have these. So the original character sheets, you have all your skills, all 10. I suppose I'll walk you through the original character sheet. So of course we have a space for your characters, icon, your character's handle, role information, and then we have your 10 slots here for your 10 stats, alongside your humanity here, and your hit point tracking and critical injury tracking and addiction tracking here. Then we have all of your skills out here on a grid showing you every possible skill that you can have as an edge runner in this game. So that way you could see what other opportunities you could go with. And then we also have your weapons and armor here. Weapons providing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like six weapons with very simple damage, ammo, rate of fire, and then any nodes that come along with it. Alright, so that's page 1. Page 2 covers your life path. It covers it has an improvement point tracker. It has your reputation events up here. Other aliases you go by. Your friends, tragic love affairs, and enemies. You have your fashion, your housing, your role-specific life path, and also, of course, a big old spot for your gear up here. Along with one ammunition bar and your cash. And then one of my other favorite components of this is the body map for your cyberware. Now, given it doesn't take into account that you can upgrade cyberware, but it does but it does show all the default slots that you have for all different parts of your body. So with that in mind, we look at this. We've had this since Cyberpunk Red came out back in 2020. We now have the Edgerunners Folio. The Edgerunners Folio, it is a very nice sheet. But I will point out where I have some gripes, where I have some concerns. But outside that, this also this fan art of Mike Pondsmith is really fucking sick. I love it. But outside any other like comments that I might make about this, if you feel this sheet is better for your table, go with it. The main reason that I went with the original sheet that we had back in 2020 is because it covers it's a very comprehensive sheet that will help new players just see the game. It will show them all the different components that come with this game. It keeps everything kind of closely knit together. So, with the folio, we of course come in. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to remain zoomed in. Again, it takes a full sheet going down instead of going across. So I will always give that a plus in my books. It's a much easier format to print. However, as you can see, we have 9 stats here instead of 10. So suddenly, when you have new players wondering where the hell their 10th stat is, oh, it's over here. Now, for those of us that are a little more experienced, we know that luck is one of our 10 stats. For those of you guys who may not be experienced in Cyberpunk Red or might be new to Cyberpunk Red, you and your Edgerunner are made up of 10 stats, which is intelligence, reflex, dex, tech, cool, will, move, luck, body, and empathy. Or I think luck is between will and move. Yep. And it can be forgettable here. Also, something else that's missing. Empathy. Empathy is a fluid stat alongside your humanity. Empathy can be adjusted to where you have your max empathy plus your current empathy score. And why would you make that, now not 2 sections is beyond me. But I can understand if you're just needing the stat. If you just need the stat, like you are not like if you're using this to make a single shot character where they are not going beyond 1 session, sure, that's fine. I just feel that you should still have blank out of blank when it comes to empathy and luck, and also luck should have been retained with the other 9 stats. Humanity also is here. We have it next to reputation. However, there isn't a spot to put your reputation events. So, for you to refer back on what got you those different pieces of reputation. But something I will give it, though. It gives you a much bigger box for your roll abilities. However, for those of you guys who may multi-roll at your table, unfortunately, it does not seem to carry as multi-roll support as nicely as we got one little tiny box for your roll up here. Or for your rank. I think that's just rank. So I guess maybe you could do number/number again. So let me see if it does allow for that. So let's say rank 6/4. Okay, it does do it, but it's very tiny text. Very tiny text. So you'll need to put it over here in your role section. Next up, of course, we have attacks. And I think this is nice. We have your four weapon slots right here instead of 6. Reason being, brawling is included on every sheet. Everyone has access to brawling. You just may not be as good at it as others, or you may just not do as much damage, but everyone has access to brawling. Armor with SP. Leaves a little bit more to be asked for with this. It could have been a this out of this for, like, you know, this many SP out of your max SP for your armor, for your body and head. However, I do think this is a nice adjustment compared to the core sheet where it only had your max SP. I do think, though, it could benefit from the same thing that humanity, luck, and HP have. They also provide you a on here your weapon, what skill it uses, what's your base that you're rolling at, which is your stat plus your skill plus your bonus, the damage, the ammo that's in the magazine, your rate of fire, plus notes on it. Though ammo, something that I kind of wished with ammo that I seen like on the old sheet and the new sheet is we do, you know, so many bullets out of this for max capacity in the magazine. Surprisingly, the Roll20 and Foundry sheets do that. So if you're using the VTT, the new Roll20 sheets and the Foundry sheets also do that. Okay, so my biggest offender right here. Skills. It's all blank. Now, if you are an experienced player, you'll know what skills that you want for your Edgerunner. That's great. Problem is, what I do like about here is that we have all your skills grouped into different spots and kept in alphabetical order per category. The categories are alphabetical, and then the skills in each one is alphabetical as well. So I could see this becoming a real helter-skelter mess of, all right, where did I put that skill? Why is it not with the C's? Why is it over here in the T's? And it can get really, really confusing. Also, it's a little bit harder to track here, because, like, why not include the default skills already on the skill list? I know I'm bitching. I am bitching, but if we already have mandatory skills, why not have those on the sheet? That's one of my small gripes, but if you're already an experienced crew, I don't think you need that. But as someone who does GM for a lot of new players, having all the skills present is very, very helpful. Next up, compared to the Cyberware body map that we have in the old sheet, which has all your slots available. All your slots. You now have 10 slots for your Cyberware. 10 slots. So, I guess the question is raised, is it like, do we do CyberArm and then in the notes we put all of our, like other things that we put into the CyberArm? Because what I see is name and category, so that should be, you know, Cyber Eye, Cyber Optic. And then you need Cyber Eye, Cyber Optic, so that's already 8 out of the 10. And then, let's say you install your Chiron, so that becomes 3. You could fill it, like, let alone with 10 slots. If we look over here, 10 slots, you'd fill up, you know, like, let alone your cyber arms could fill up the entirety of those 10 slots. I'm not sure where they were going with this. I wonder if it was just you keep printing out these sheets until you have enough cyberware slots, I guess? I don't know. I mean, if that's the approach, I mean, sure, but I guess it leaves me really, really confused to why we have why we have it set to this. And like notes, I mean, the note that's just simply left on here is pretty straightforward. Like, what mechanics does this provide you? I don't know if I like this. Maybe if this is with an experienced group, I could see this working. But when you're trying to, load cyberware onto someone, and then suddenly they have 6 out of 5 in their cyber arm that only has 4 slots. First off, that, like, how did you let that get out of hand? Second off, like, I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from with my complaint on the lack of the body map. I do understand in the Cyberpunk Edgerunners Mission Kit, they have notable cyberware. Notable cyberware does make sense. This is going to be cyberware that you're going to use often. This will come up in combat. This will come up in other things a lot. But these just, I don't. It really loses some of the organizational focus that I like that comes with the original core sheets. And also, Artal, I hope you understand that my criticisms come from a place of love for the game, and I'm not just shitting on it because it's different. Because already there had been some complaints about why is it not yellow. We're playing Cyberpunk Red. We're not playing yellow Cyberpunk 2077. With this in mind, something that I will give it, though, is brawling is just on every sheet. It's there. We have brawling, and we have everything you can do with brawling. It's... I think this is a nice addition that's come with it. Though, for some reason, attacks, once again, comes in here alongside weapons up here. But I think this is supposed to be a little bit more detailed on your attacks during combat, because something it does include is a DV range table. So that way your players don't have to be like, all right, 1 sec, GM, I need to go open the book here. Oh, okay, all right, I see what range I need to be at. It's immediately there for you. And they have plenty of these to go around. So especially for your like martial artists, you can also get your maneuvers loaded in here as well, alongside any other weapons you have. They do provide a very hardy gear list. Again, I think it's just about the same size. It's like roughly the same size, but much bigger space to work with here, along with like giving it the names and then just the notes on those pieces of gear and an area for your cache. Something that I will compliment this sheet on: the ammunition. We have more ammunition slots, what weapon that ammunition's going to, and also how much of that ammunition you have, and the notes for that ammunition. I think it is very, very helpful. This is something that I would like to see maybe integrated into the into a future sheet. I wonder if maybe I need to build my own sheet, but that might be a project for a future day. And then also we have housing and lifestyle, which I guess this raises a question because of the type and notes. Like, why do we have 4 slots? You can, like, most Edgerunners can only afford to rent one place and have one type of lifestyle, and I can appreciate that, and then maybe the grand total of your rent. but that's just kind of, but that's something that I found that I do like here is it shows your housing, how much your housing costs plus how much your lifestyle costs. And then something that I did like with the old cheats is you had how many improvement points you've acquired over the campaign versus your current amount of improvement points. Now we just have a blank. I guess it's all right. You could still just do this/this, but I'm not sure if if I'm just a fan of just a solid just open blank space. However, so that the new sheets come in with, I know I am griping a lot. Diamond, do you have anything good to say about it? Yes, I've had some good things to say about it. Next up is for you nomads. We have your vehicle sheets finally here. And we have, of course, the name of your vehicle, how many seats it has, what type of vehicle it is, what does it use for your control and your repairs. Also, like your hit points, the armor, speed, and also a couple of attacks on it. So whatever couple weapons that you mainly use on board, you can have it set on here. And of course, they have a nice little checklist for all your different upgrades here, including how many instances. The number installed is how many instances, plus custom upgrades. And then Netrunners. Rejoice, because we finally have a Cyberdeck sheet that has your different slots. So depending on the type of deck you're using, it may have specified slots, and you can narrow it down to like, okay, it has like 3 universal slots and 3 program slots. So you can set those there. We also have your hardware slots and name and what type of cyber deck it is. You may, if you run with multiple decks, need to print this sheet out multiple times, which that's okay. And then finally, Life Path. Life Path got a little bit of a facelift, which I can appreciate. Of course, we have your cultural origins, your personality, clothing style, which if we look here, that's what we've got going on so far. Get your hairstyle, but then finally they put the damn affectation in here as well. What do you value most? How do you feel about people? This is stuff that, again, shares with the original sheet. We've also got your friends and enemies and tragic love affairs on here. And something else that can be appreciated is you can get additional notes for all these different parts of your life path. And then, of course, a big old space for your role-specific life path. And then finally, something that's super helpful, that new players especially, this will give you a lot of reference to how you roll things. So I would highly recommend checking this out, even if it's let alone for the quick reference. So with that in mind, looking between the two sheets, the Edgerunners Folio, while the Edgerunners Folio is a very fresh and clean look for the sheets, I could see this being really good with players that are experienced in Cyberpunk Red, and also there are some things that are in the folio that I feel could also really help new players as well. That being said, I do have my concerns, my complaints about the lack of organization that comes to your skills, your cyberware, and also there's some things that I feel are missing compared to the core sheet. Now, the core sheet is comprehensive up to a point. This was before the vehicle and cyberdeck sheets were made, and also we didn't have the ammunition grid that shows up in the folio. And there was one other thing from the folio. Let me double check here that I did like. Also, just having brawling immediately on board the sheet would have been nice as well. And having these range tables for your weapons would be nice. But what I do like about the core sheet, though, is it has your comprehensive list of skills, including putting your mandatory skills in bold print. And then, of course, we have all your trackers here that show, how much out of, your current empathy versus your possible max empathy. Luck being included with the stats. Also having your housing lifestyle as a little bit more put together that way. I understand why they upgraded housing, or why they changed housing and lifestyle, because we've had a big shift in how the lifestyles look because of Black Chrome. So I can understand that. And then finally, especially for new players who are really starting to explore cyberware, having this, having the body sheet is really, really helpful. With all these things in mind, though, I had actually asked over on the RTAL server what the Edgerunners Folio was supposed to serve. Is it a supplement to the core sheet? Is it replacing the core sheet? And coming from Rob Barefoot, it is an alternative to the core sheet. So while I am not going to be opposed to using the new sheets, I do have a preference for the old sheets as well. So with that in mind, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I hope you guys do pick up Cyberpunk Red, and for those of you guys who I'll be seeing at Gen Con, hope I'll see you then. And for everybody else, I hope to see you guys on stream when I go on over there. And of course, as always, I'm Diamond Dust. I do talk a lot about the amazing game system that is, Cyberpunk Red. And of course, you can get it for like $30 over on DriveThruRPG, or you can get it like the hard book, which is a beautiful book, by the way. Book is beautiful for $60 over on RTAL's website. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just a big supporter of what RTAL does. But I hope today my critique is at least a little bit informative to what sheets you guys may want to use in the future. And of course, as well, let me scooch my ass over here. I am in front of it. For those of you guys who may be really, really new to the game and just kind of want to learn how to run Cyberpunk Red, get the Cyberpunk Edgerunners mission. Get the Cyberpunk Edgerunners Mission Kit. It will take you through how to play the Cyberpunk Red system, so that way when you get done with this, you can then come on over to this. So until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.